pray with me and pray for me. Amen. You know what's going on. Pray for me. Amen. We moved last night. Pray with me. Take the time tonight, just like that. All right? Amen. Amen. 17th verse, the 94th Psalms. Mine reads, unless the Lord had been my soul had almost well in silence. When I say, my foot slipped, thy mercy, O Lord, hail me. Turn to your neighbor, grab them by the hand, hold their hand, and look at them square in the face and tell them, I ain't scared of you. I'm not giving us the spirit of fear, but the power of sound mind. Look at them square in the face and say, I ain't scared of you. I want you to say with us, say neighbor. Neighbor. Say, oh neighbor. Oh neighbor. The subject is entitled. Lord. Lord. Help me. Help me. Lord, help me. There are 150 Psalms. There are 2,461 verses. There are 43,743 words. My brothers and sisters, the psalmist finds himself in deep trouble. And all of us have found ourselves in deep trouble. And when you find yourself in deep trouble, the first thing you will say, there are folk who said they didn't believe in God. But as soon as trouble comes, they will holler, Lord, help me. The psalmist finds himself in deep trouble. There's a difference from just being in trouble. In being in deep trouble. Down in it. I hear you. When I was a lad, a boy, you would get in trouble. And you would be scared. But when they say you are in deep trouble, you are not only scared, but now you are fearful. Okay. Because there's something about when you are in deep trouble. Because it seems like you can't come out. It seems as though there is no one can help you get out of deep trouble. I was in Winter Haven, Florida. I was in just graduated from high school. And we was in a park getting ready to go to the club. Me and my homies, we had a trunk full of beer and liquor. The park had signs saying no drinking. And all of a sudden, you can tell them sirens come out of nowhere. We was already in trouble by drinking. But when the police came, we found ourselves in deep trouble. And I was in deeper trouble because I was the driver. I was so deep in this trouble, deep in Davenport, till they told me to get out of the car. Put your hands on the car. Y'all can get that. I was high, and I was tipsy. And got drunk. It's different being drunk and tipsy. Now, come on now, come on. I used to folks who have been with me before. There's a difference. See, I was tipsy. That means I was feeling good. And when he told me to put my hand on the car, I put my hands on the car. And he told me to stand straight up. I stood straight up. And I tell you, it seemed like my eye. Because I knew I was in deep trouble. But in my trouble, knowing I was still wrong, I still cried out within my spirit, Lord, help me. And I tell you tonight, quicker than right now, faster than immediately, the Lord touched the officer's heart. Okay, I'm talking to somebody. And let us go. Evil people, he arose against him. Deep trouble, because evil people is rising up against this man. Anybody in here ever had some folk that didn't like you? Yes, sir. And didn't know why they did not like you? And these evil folk rose up against him. They tried to kill him. They tried to do everything that they could to crucify him. Yeah. There are some people around you who don't want to see you make it. There are some people who you think are your friends. Oh God. Don't want to see you amount to anything. He said his evil people rose up against him. So these wasn't his friends. Wow. These was not his homies, but they was evil people. He longed for help while living on the edge. Anybody here ever lived on the edge? Yes, sir. You're living on the edge. You're living and don't know how you're living. You're making it and don't know how. You're making it. You get money and don't know how you get it. You're living on the edge. In other words, I'm living by faith and not by sight. Some of us here, we're living on the edge, and sometimes it's dangerous to live on the edge because you don't know which way you're going, you don't know which way you're coming. Sometimes You don't know your up from your down, your high from your low. You're living on the edge. This man of God felt his life was in danger. My soul is in the pits. My soul had almost dwelled in silence. My feet has almost slipped. I don't care who you are tonight. There's sometime on the journey you found yourself slipping. Can I talk like I'm talking? Sometimes you thought you was doing well, but all of a sudden here comes something that's causing you to almost slip. The good you would do, you found yourself not doing. And every time you would do good, evil is always present. You find yourself slipping. How did God rescue his slipping servant? Well, I'm glad you asked. Look at your neighbor and say, how did God rescue you when you were slipping? And don't get too deep up in here, because all of us have slipped. Not all of us, but yeah, I don't care how well you sing in the choir, you have. I don't care how you serve on the deacon bowl, or the mother's bowl, or the usher bowl, or the choir, or the pulpit. Sometimes we find ourselves slipping. And then you got the audacity to go to toot your nose at somebody else because they slipped too. Can I get some help in here? You ought to touch your neighbor and say, you can't talk about me because you slipped too. You might not slip like I slipped, but God knows you slipped. Because all of us on this journey, we slip. But I got good news. God can help his slipping servant. I don't care how bad you slip. I don't care how many times you have slipped. We serve a God that's still able to help you in the time of your. Because flesh is weak. But the spirit is willing. Let me say that one more time. The flesh is weak. But the spirit man is willing. Can I explain that? The Bible says that we are all flesh because all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Your flesh is so weak and your spirit man is willing. Your flesh is weak to the things that is not of God. But the spirit man on the inside of you is trying to help you do the things of God. So when that flesh is weak, but that spirit is willing, that spirit is saying, you can make it. You can make it. That's it. That spirit man is talking and saying,